Hi, welcome to the TomCast. I'm your host, Tom Gallicchio.
I'm your co-host, Joe Daddy Stevenson.
We have an interesting episode this week, Joe. I'm very excited about it. Why don't you tell our viewers a little about it?
What we're going to do is, I'm going to get inside the head of Tom here, and he's going to explain to you about this week's episode of The Ultimate Fighter, how Jesse and Medi not only fought each other, but were teammates prior to this with Tom at Dan Henderson's Team Quest.
Yeah, they actually all three of us have trained together, so we've done some round robins together and whatnot. So
that makes it a little bit more personal of a fight and makes for an interesting fight. You know the other person's weaknesses, you know what they're strong at, what you can win at, what you can lose at.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to get in my brain. We also have the break of the month. I think we got a clip of it. Why don't we see it right here?
Step over the head. Be careful, Keith.
Well, that's my student Dimitri. He was in that triangle for about 3 minutes. I would like him to have a chance to explain to people what was going on in his mind. Because when you're at that tournament, he'd already won a match at Abu Dhabi, which is the largest cash money tournament in the history of grappling tournaments right now, in the world, period.
It's the Olympics of grappling.
For him to win a match, be 17 years old, and then be in the second round, survive in a triangle for 3 minutes, make the conscious decision not to tap as your arm breaks in a spiral fracture. It's just crazy.
So he's going to get a little redemption of his own.
Yeah, that's what we're all about, is redemption.
Yeah, especially this time of the year. So stick around. We'll be back after this. Hi, welcome back to the TomCast.
You're the guest now. This is a different segment. I'm supposed to be coming back from break. You're sitting in a host chair. You sit in the guest chair.
This again. It's like the real studio, you know?
We also talked about not having to cross paths forward.
Yeah, you always talk a lot. I gotta listen to it because no one else is gonna listen to it. Just think, childhood trauma. Sorry.
Welcome back, guys. This is the TomCast. I'm your co-host, Joe Daddy Stevenson. In studio today, we have our guest, Tom.
Joe, it is an honor to be here.
Tom, I don't know if you know this or not, but right now, this video, our last show, is one of the top videos on FoxSports.com.
That's exciting news.
I thought you would appreciate that.
Who is our source for this information?
Well, you told me that your mom texts you that we should make sure all of our friends like and share it because we were the top video.
And she's right.
98% of the time, she's been accurate 60% of the time.
And she also told me that I was also trending the most handsomest host in television history.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, I would like to know something. Can you share this fact with everyone at home? They watched Jesse have to fight Medi. They watched the fight go down. They watched the pick go down. But what they didn't understand, you, Jesse, and Medi, all teammates for about 3 years. You and Jesse, friends for over 6 years. Can you share that with everyone?
Well, that is a funny fact. We've trained together for about 3 years. I met Jesse when I moved out here about 6 years ago. I was supposed to, it's a funny story. I was going to a wrestling practice with my head coach, with the head coach of Team Quest Oceanside, Brian Harper, and Jesse was supposed to run the practice. After about 10 minutes, Brian's like, all right, Tom, could you run this wrestling practice? And I was brand new at the time, about a weekend, because Jesse was late. About 20 minutes left in practice, Jesse shows up. He's like, hey, what's up, guys? Sorry, I'm late. He's like, oh, you're running practice? Cool.
That's Jesse.
Yeah, that's totally Jesse.
Well, how did you guys meet Medi?
Medi came over here from France.
Because he's French.
Yes. Actually, I think he came from France to Brazil.
Because he's French.
Yes. Actually, I think he came from France to Brazil to Team Quest. There was Coach Daniel Warren, who was our head Muay Thai coach.
You guys had a lot of French guys back then. Hector Lombard was with you guys. I think my buddy Farid was over there. Yeah, you guys had just a ton of French.
I actually went to a practice once, and I was the only white guy there.
Oh yeah. What's his name was there too? Farid's friend. I I forget his name.
But they did the whole practice in French.
Oh.
Like, you know how, like, normally, like, they do the practice in English, and you're doing your practice, and then they translate it to... I was the foreigner that day.
Did you get to watch Medi and Jesse spar back then?
Yeah, I got to watch them spar back then. You know, when
How
they
did
were
it go
in
back
at the
then?
same time.
How did it go back then?
You know, Medi got more of the stand-up, but Jesse got more of the wrestling and the grappling, and I think Jesse got that a lot more often than Medi got the stand-up.
Going into this fight, were you rooting for one more than the other? Of course, one is your teammate actually on the team and outside of the team. So,
Well, I really like Medi a lot. I mean, shoot, I've lived with Medi twice because 2 Ultimate Fighter houses, 22 and 25. Both of the time we were on the opposite team, so we were teammates on opposite the team.
twice.
Twice. Our former teammates on opposite sides. So it was interesting. I was definitely rooting for Jesse because
You don't want to see
like
any serious damage go on.
No, not at all. I would like to see that in later rounds. I mean, better to them than me, right?
Yeah,
Former
going along
teammates.
the
Yeah.
Well, what's up with Medi connects with that hook? And it kind of flash knocked out Jesse. Were you worried at that point for Jesse?
It's funny because like Jesse's autopilot is just to shoot again, so I think he definitely did get flash, but he just went right through it and shot again. So I don't know if it was him thinking that or that was autopilot.
You had already fought, so when they were doing the picks, but like no one knew who was fighting, and we were all kind of worried, like, hey, who's gonna be fighting who next? And the coaches were arguing at the time, and then finally Tito was just like, all right, Jesse Taylor fighting Medi, and it was crazy that they spotted out, because if you look back and you're watching it now, you can see everyone's like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I think the delay was a lot longer with the melee, and you guys got to sit around and wait for it. So I mean, I was in the clear, like I was happy. I was on cloud 9.
Because and then you see them and they're up, and you look into their eyes, and when you see now the fact that they trained together 3 years, and now you're looking into each other's eyes and you're gonna have to fight. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it was nuts. You know what else is nuts? It's like there's always a weigh-in, and then there's always a fight between the 2 coaches. It's like, all right, we're gonna do picks first. But first, we gotta have a melee.
Someone's getting punched.
Yeah.
Someone's
There's gotta be a
getting
push, a shove, a
Choke,
grab.
claw, eagle claw,
Yeah.
which is we're allowed, by the way, in fighting, guys. You're allowed to do the rape choke, they call it, position. You can't squeeze with your fingers, but you can post and drive.
I think you could do that now. Can't
I
you
don't know,
squeeze
because that was a fatality from Mortal Kombat. They rip it out.
I thought there was some sort of rule change with that.
I don't know. Let's get into talking about that later when we come back from our break, and we get to talk about our guest, Dimitri, and his break at the Abu Dhabi qualifier.
All right, we'll be back after this. Welcome back to the TomCast. Let's have another look at that break, shall we? That was vicious. I still get squeamish looking at it.
Well, today it's about saying the other side of the story. You know, we want to bring Dimitri on. We want to let the world know that there was more involved in that match than him being stubborn and not tapping. There's the fact that it's the largest tournament in the world. It's qualified for the largest tournament in the world. That the winner gets $10,000. That black belts, brown belts, people that have been training for like 10 years are in this tournament. He already won a match. He was already fighting off that.
How about this? How about this? We bring him back for a little redemption of his own.
Dude, that was awesome.
Hey, welcome back to the TomCast. Well, pleasure to have you for our first time.
Fix his arm.
All right, hold on. All right, now shake it. Shake it. Good. Give it a shake.
Dimitri, that was, I want to say congratulations, first of all, winning a match in a tournament that people like that are black belts don't even win. Like, you enter the tournament, I could enter the tournament and not win a match. It's that tough of a tournament. Yeah. You've already won a match. You finished the guy with, what submission was that?
So omoplata.
Tom, can we take a look at that?
Yeah, we got some footage right here. Ooh, that's nice. You got some skills.
He tries. Now,
Train with the best, you know.
The best, yeah, the
it's a
best.
stripe on your belt.
There you go.
I'll see you at promotions. So the next thing that I want to ask you is, you're in this match, you're in the triangle, you fought off the triangle for 3 minutes, you told me you're just worried about breathing. Eventually the triangle weakens and he manipulates it into Kimura.
Right. I was doing the omoplata defense, and as I was doing that, he was going for the fist choke, which I had to release that and then get his arm out of the way.
You didn't want to get choked.
Yeah,
Right.
I have fist. No one wants a fist
Yeah.
in the neck.
And then that's when
sounds
Davis got
dangerous.
caught up and he caught me in the Kimura. And then that's what
And when you did that, you rotated the arm over. He was trying. Dan Henderson's really good at swimming over from the reverse key lock, and it looked like he must have been strong enough that as you rotated it over, and you were trying to get it out, the bone broke. What bone was that?
it was my humerus, and it was spiral fracture.
Ooh, could you explain what a spiral fracture is?
Well, normal breaks just break like usually straight across and stuff like that.
Okay.
Spiral fracture came up and it's around the humerus, like it's twisted around. And,
So,
yeah.
when you were in the move, did you know it snapped?
No, I did not. I thought it was just a little pop I could have just got out of and kept going, but you know, it stopped and
And before it snapped, I just want to know, like, what was your pain level right before the snap? Like, honestly, was it like, were you at a 10?
I was at no pain level at all. I was feeling really confident in what I was
So
doing.
you thought you
And
still had a
yeah,
little
I
room?
thought I still had room to get out of it, and you know, I got tripped up and it
You naive
stopped, yeah.
teenagers.
Well, I mean, there's so much on the line. It's so hard to say when to quit after you've already put it in.
Yeah, this is a huge tournament. There's a lot on the table.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Everyone's looking for
And
the-
if you're not feeling pain, then your body's not telling you to die.
The video on Flow Grappling has already got over 1 million views, and that was over a week ago. It had over 1 million views. We're doing this. We brought you on the show to help promote your social media. We want you. What's your social media, by the way?
You can follow me on Instagram at Equalizer MMA.
Equalizer, right? Do you do the Twitter yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah, well, guys, you see, social media is very important for fighters because you need to bring something more to the promoter to make him want to hire you and pay you at top dollar and give you the right matchups. Well, why do I want to build you? Because I can help build your promotion. It's called promoter because they promote you, but you, as the fighter, also promote the promotion. It's like
Yeah, so
Conor
it's ready to be
McGregor and the UFC by themselves are not the same, but together.
Listen to that, wise words from Joe Dowdy.
Well, I'm hoping that this grows in social media. I hope that that
And
you
let
can
all
learn
the
from our
children
mistakes.
of the world know.
I hope you
That's
guys
all-
learn to next time. You know, I would have rather seen you go to sleep from a choke.
Right.
That way you could have fought. He had his first fight in June. He was going to have his first scheduled fight. He's 17. Yeah, there's a
17, nice.
lot going on
Yeah.
there, man.
A lot of
Yeah,
fun.
but you'll see me back in there, you know.
I'm counting
back
on it,
there, yes.
Dimitri. Thanks for coming.
Guys,
bro.
find Dimitri on his, what was it again?
Equalizer MMA.
Equalizer MMA. And we'll be back with our East Coast, West Coast bitter rivalry right after this. Rivalry.
Roads.
Yeah. Joe Stevenson and I have had a debate for a while, and it's been going on.
Our debate is simple. I fight primarily out of the West Coast. He fights primarily out of the East Coast, and shows in the very beginning of our careers.
Regional scene.
Yeah, regional scene. We consider ourselves on the West Coast to be top notch. We figure when I was starting, they had Hook and Shoot on the East Coast, and we had King of the Cage and other shows on the West Coast building, and that was a big thing. We always thought, oh yeah, the guys on the East Coast are good, but they're not as good as us, because we felt like Southern California and the West Coast really was like the mecca because of the weather.
Well, personally, there has been shows in the East Coast. Shouldn't even say personally. There's a fact. There's been shows in the East Coast. We've had Ring of Combat. We have had Vengeance at Vanderbilt. Guys like Matt, Sarah came from places. Ricardo Almeida. They've all came from these places regionally, and we've put out a lot of top competition.
Just like the shows on the West Coast, you can say that King of the Cage did Diego Sanchez, did me, did all these other, Mac Danzig, all these other fighters that were on the Rashad had fought for I think Gladiator Challenge and stuff. These are primary West Coast shows. to me, I always thought that the West Coast, we fine-tuned everyone because everyone kind of moved to live there because of the weather, because of the ability to go to the beach, go to the mountains, things like that.
Well, you got that in New Jersey, and we got Atlantic City, and that's where UFCs used to go down in the beginning.
Right, and then they moved on to Vegas, more on the West.
But I think Atlantic City represents fighting more than Vegas. Personally, because it's a little bit more raw.
Really?
And grittier.
Because it's weird that Vegas is known as the fight capital of the world.
That's just because the UFC's there.
No, for anything. Boxing.
Yeah, but that's because the boxing's there.
So it is the fight capital of the world.
No, it is the fight capital of the world. But you got champions like Frankie Edgar came out, Weidman came out of the East Coast. Oh, shoot. Who else? There's a ton. The Millers are out. We have a really good showing. And Florida's East
Guys,
Coast
this
too.
is going to continue for quite some time. This will be something that you see. For now on, we're start picking fights.
You know what? How about you guys tell us what you think? Go to our channel.
Our YouTube channel, guys.
The TomCast, without the, so it's just TomCast. And it'll have me under as the author, Tom Gallicchio.
After 1,000 subscribers, I'm personally going to auction off some of our Team TJ blue shorts that are going to be signed by myself and Tom.
Yeah, we'll sign something, and then once we hit 1,000, we'll pick one of you out of our 1,000 followers, and you're going to get signed merchandise from us, and it's going to be shorts.
And anyone that comments on YouTube, no matter what, Tom or I, every day we'll go on once each, and we'll comment back. As long as you're a subscriber and you want to be part of us, we want to be part of you.
Yeah, absolutely. We look forward to hearing from you.
You can catch me at Joe Stevenson 1982, and you can catch Tom
At Tom Gallicchio, and that's TomGallicchio. Or an easy way to remember that?
Oh, we're gonna end up having to cut that. There'll be a beep in there,
Yeah.
but
It's only a last name. You can't beat.
whenever you say Tom's name, you can't look at somebody because to say Gallicchio. Oh, the spit hits the face. It's such a.
It's refreshing.
It's refreshing.
It's
guys.
just so challenging to say my last name.
I can't
And
wait.
it requires spit.
You guys, I'd like to thank the people that are taking care of us. Egoless, Cobra Kai, Dan Henderson.
Team Quest, Dan
Flow
Henderson
Grappling.
Athletic Fitness Center, Flow Grappling. This has been the TomCast. You guys have been awesome. Keep up the good work and the support. I'm out.